guys, today I am bringing back the face-off collab or face-off challenge if you want to call it that. If you are unfamiliar with what a face-off is, this is something that was started by my friend Danielle Schmidt. I will have her channel linked down below in my description box, but basically what we do is you have a certain amount of people in the collab, and then whoever is in the collab uses the same shades that are randomly picked from the same palette. So we all use the same shades from the same palettes to create a look with, and then we kind of see who comes out on top. But it's not really a competition, even though it's called a face-off. It's just a kind of a catchy name. So this is not a competition in the slightest. It's just a fun challenge to see what looks you can all get out of using the same color. So that's basically what we're going to do today. So the people that are in this collab are people that I have not yet collabed with, and I was bored the other day and I was kind of scrolling around on my subscription list and like the people that I've kind of not really talked to all that much lately. These were just the two girls that kind of popped into my head, and so I asked them if they wanted to do this with me. Both of them were like,
"What is a face-off? How does this work?"
So I had to explain it to them and they both were in, so that was very exciting. And then we had to figure out what palette that we all had in common, and the ones that we ended up with are going to be the melt palettes because we all have both of these. So we're gonna do a look using both of these. We all have the same shades. We have already drawn the shades, but before we get into the look, at least let me tell you who is in this collab. So the first person is Linda. I have been watching her for quite some time. I'm pretty sure I found her through Instagram. I could be wrong. I'm not really sure. Maybe I found her through Jen Loves Reviews because I know that they are friends. Maybe that's how I found her. Anyway, I really enjoy her channel. She does a lot of unboxing videos, but she also does random videos where she just does her makeup. I think that she is very down to earth. She's very chill. She's very easy to watch, but she's still like opinionated and fun, and I don't know, I just really like her. So the other person is Beauty Riot X. Her name is Jen. I've been watching her for quite some time as well. She also does a lot of unboxing videos, like subscription unboxing videos, but she also really uses all of the stuff in the boxes that she gets. So she will do like try-ons and stuff and reviews of all of the products in the boxes, which I really like watching. So I think that you guys should go check out their channels. They will of course be linked down below in my description box as well. But I think we should just get into this video because I'm very excited. I think we ended up getting quite a good color story today. So I'm gonna first start by priming my eyes, and then I will swatch out the colors for you that we're gonna be using today. So I'm gonna quickly prime with my Smashbox primer here. Okay, so let's get into the colors that we are going to be using today. So I'm looking down because I need to see what we have drawn here. So this is the Vida palette, and then the Vida palette we have this beautiful kind of lime green shade. Also, we're going to be using this one right here, which is almost like an olive green, even though it looks like it's kind of brown in a pan. And we also have this orange, I think it was this one. Yeah, this one right here. So these are going to be the colors that we're going to be using from the Vida palette, and we also have 3 from the Muerte. It's such a hard name for me to say. So we're going to be using 6 colors today, and like I said in the intro, we are all going to be using the exact same colors to create a look with. So first off, we have 3 mattes. We do fortunately have a shimmer in the other palette at least, which is nice, and it is also probably my favorite shimmer out of the shimmers in both of these palettes. So first off, we have this color right here, which is a dark teal. I love this color. And then like I was saying, we have a shimmer which is called Katrina, which is a beautiful, very dark blue. So we don't really have any light shimmers. We do have this one as well though, which is a pure red. So it's going to be a very interesting color story. I feel like I'm going to have to bring in some kind of a highlighter just to, wow, that was a bad swatch, just to kind of lighten up the inner corners a little bit, since the only shimmer that we have is a very dark blue. But I do feel like these colors actually go very nicely together. The only thing that I feel like I'm missing is a lighter shimmer, but that can very easily be brought in by just using some kind of a highlighter. So I'm very excited. I'm gonna just have a little bit of a think about what to do. I kind of feel like I have a plan, but I just want to make sure that that is what I want to do. See this? I just dropped like a bunch of shadow on my phone because there was a lot of fallout from that red. So I'm gonna think about what to do and I'll be right back. I think I have a plan. So I think what I want to do is I want to use the orange and the red in my crease and deepen it up with the teal, and then of course put the blue on my lid, and then I want to do the olive green as well as this kind of chartreuse or lime green on my lower lash line. I think that's going to turn out pretty good. So I think we're just going to start. So I'm going to go first into the orange shade here from the Vida palette, and I'm just going to kind of sloppily put this into my crease here as my transition shade. So I don't feel like this is going to be like a very groundbreaking look, and maybe this is like a pretty obvious thing to do. I don't know. I'm curious to see what they're going to end up doing with the colors, because I feel like there's just certain colors that are going to be, you know, better placed next to each other or blended into each other than others, and some colors are going to end up muddying up a little bit if you try to blend them into each other. So I feel like there are colors that are just, I don't know, that just makes more sense to put together. And I feel like a lot of us are probably going to do something kind of similar in a way, but also probably not. Like, that's why I really enjoy face-offs, because you never know what the other person or the other people are going to do with the same colors that you have, and maybe something that seems obvious to you are not going to be what they think is obvious, and what they think is obvious is going to be something that I am like blown away by. I just think that this is such a fun and cool concept, and I just really enjoy watching other people be creative, especially using the same products, you know? So while I go into the red, I thought we could answer the question of the day, and this question comes from this person, which I'm not going to try to pronounce, but it'll be on the screen. She says, when you come up with your looks, do you just go with the flow or plan them out for videos? So I would say that most of the time I don't really plan anything out until I start filming. And even when I do plan something out, it's never like so planned out that I'm not going to like veer away from that plan, you know? So I don't know, it really depends on my mood as well. Sometimes I will just go in with one color and kind of see where it leads me, whereas other times, especially in my palette bingos, if I know which colors I have to use to create a look with, I am going to plan it out, because otherwise some things might end up getting very muddy if I don't have a choice but to put a color next to something that's going to not blend nicely. But for the most part, I don't really plan out my looks per se. I might have like a shape in mind, or maybe I know I want to do a halo eye, or maybe I know I want to do a cut crease. But other than that, I don't really plan them out very thoroughly. It tends to be kind of in the spur of a moment when I do an eye look, because I just prefer things to be a little bit more organic and just kind of flow. And I feel like a lot of my looks aren't really tutorials. They're just kind of me either testing out new eyeshadows or just kind of doing my makeup with you guys. And it's not like I ever, you know, title my videos blue smoky eye and then I do a blue smoky eye in the video. Like, the title of my video usually has nothing to do with the look that I end up doing, so I feel like I have the creativity that I can use when I'm doing my look to just do whatever I want to do. And I don't really like to plan things out too much. I just find it to be more fun to just go with the flow and see what happens. And I feel like I've gotten a lot of really cool looks out of doing that I wouldn't have probably even thought of if I had tried to think of what to do in advance, if that makes sense. I would love to know how you guys go about doing your eye looks. Do you plan them out, or are you kind of like me, you just take it one color at a time and see what happens? So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this dark teal here, and I'm going to put it in the outer corner of my eye. I'm also going to wrap it around just down to my lower lash line on the outer portion of my lower lash line, so that I have something that's easier to blend into that other green shade. And I really enjoy just how dark this color is. I'm going to try not to blend these together too much, because they are going to muddy just a tiny bit, because green and red are complementary colors and they're just not going to mix that nicely together here. So I'm just going to blend it just on the outer corner of my eye, because I am going to go in with that blue on my lid, so it doesn't need to be brought all the way across here. I'm basically just using this color to get some depth in the outer corner of my eye and to get a better transition for the color that I'm putting under my eye. So going back to if I plan out my looks at all, I would say the way that I kind of build up an eye look is that I start off by picking a color that I want to have in my crease first usually, and then I will kind of take it from there and ask myself like which color is going to blend nicely into the color that I just put down, and then I will use a color like that to either blend it out with or deepen up whatever I first put down. So a lot of the time it's like color theory that kind of decides how I structure my eye looks, I suppose you can say. Because if you stick to blending colors together that are actually going to blend together and not make a brown, it's going to make your life a lot more easy than if you try to gently place colors next to each other that won't really blend nicely. But of course, makeup has no rules and there's always a place to experiment and try new things. But I would say for the most part, for myself at least, I try to keep it easy on myself and not do something that's like too complicated, because I'm not trying to be an Instagram makeup look kind of person, you know, like I'm mostly just doing my makeup and I'm filming it while I'm doing my makeup, you know, like I'm not trying to do my makeup to take a picture of it or something like that. I'm just doing my makeup to wear my makeup, and I just happen to film it. So this is ending up kind of winged out here, but that's totally fine. Maybe I'll just kind of roll with that and make this into a bit of a wing shape on the outer corner as well, because sometimes my brushes just kind of decide what to do. See, that's another thing, like I probably wouldn't have planned out to do a wing like this with this shadow, but since when blending this, the color kind of just blended it out on its own. Like I know that's hard to explain, but like, I don't know, I feel like with my eye shape, it just, I don't know, it just makes sense for me to wing up my eyeshadow. And I don't want this wing to be like a mega wing or anything like this. I just wanted to have a little bit of a flick out here. So I think this is looking really nice. Next up, what I want to do, let's see, what have we used now? We've used the orange and we've used the red and we've used the teal. So we have the two greens here left. I think what I want to start with is I'm going to first go into this olive green, and I'm going to put that on the inner portion of my lower lash line. And then I'll take this kind of lime greeny shade to blend everything out with. I think that's going to look really nice. So I'm going to use my Kaleidos S5 brush, I think this is, and just place this down in the inner portion of my lower lash line, just blending it into that teal. And I really like how grungy this color is. Like that is such a fun and unique color. I don't think I really have a color like this in any of my other palettes. Maybe in the Juvia's Place Try palette, I feel like there's something that's a bit similar to this, but in general, I feel like this is a very unique color. And lastly, I'm going to go into the lime green, and like I said, I'm just going to use that to basically smoke up my lower lash line all the way across here. And this is also such a fun color. I really like lime greens. I think that they just add something extra to a look. It's just such a good lime green as well. It's very nice and pigmented here. So I think this is looking pretty cool, if I can say so myself. I'm excited to get that blue shimmer on my lid just so we can kind of see how that's going to end up looking and what I need to pull in to really make my inner corner pop. I'm definitely going to use some kind of a highlighter because I really like having a light inner corner. I just feel like that to me, as well as having something in my waterline, is what completes the look in my mind. Like I know a lot of people will use lashes to complete their looks, but for me, something in the waterline completes a look a lot more than using lashes, because I feel like it just ties everything together. And the same can really be said for like an inner corner highlight. So I really like how this is looking. So to finish off, I'm gonna go into the Muerte palette again, and I'm gonna grab this blue shimmer. I'm definitely going to go ahead and spray this just to make sure I don't get any fallout, because there is quite a lot of glitters in this color. So I'm going to place that basically all over my lid here. Oh, isn't that just so beautiful? Man, that is such a fun color. I'm going to leave a little bit of room in my inner corner just for whatever highlighter I end up using. I'm just going to blend this into the teal in the outer corner, and I'm also going to gently tap it a little bit into my crease just so that doesn't look like a cut crease, because that's not really what I'm going for. And I'm also going to go into the red matte again one more time and just kind of run that through my crease to make sure that my crease is looking blended into that blue. Just using a very, very small, precise detail blending brush here. This is my Inglot 10S, I think this one is called. Yeah, it's my 10S brush. I don't know if this one is available anymore, but I really like it for doing this exact thing that I'm doing right now. So my camera turned off, and what I did is I went in with a little bit more of that orange just to bring that back in my crease. And now for my inner corner, I'm going to go into my Bitter Lace Beauty highlighters and slash eyeshadows, and I'm going to take the shade Electric. This is just like my favorite inner corner shade of all time, so I'm going to pop a little bit of that in my inner corner. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off with my eyes. So I'm going to do some eyeliner, mascara, and then I'll come back and we can finish off with the face, because I still don't have a lot of face products on, so I want to do all of that together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. So the eyes are done, and I think that this turned out so good. Like, I really love this look. I'm quite obsessed. For my waterline, I went with a green. Not sure how I feel about that. I feel like maybe yellow would have been a better choice, but I still kind of like it. This is Electric Daisy, I think this is called. I feel like I questioned myself last time I said that name too, from Colourpop. And then let's go in with some bronzer. I want to use my Coverfx Bronzer again. I haven't used this in forever, and I don't know why. So here is what it looks like. I'm going to basically just mix the two together because I like how that looks. And I do have a little bit of cream products on my face. I have the new Fenty bronzer, which I already made a video with. I will have that linked up in the corner if you want to see how the new cream products perform. So far, I really, really like them. And then for my blush today, I used a cream blush from Kasha. It's one of the stamp things. Let me just bronze on this side and I will show you what it looks like. So this is like the most gimmicky thing ever. So here's how they come packaged, and then you have the bottom side, which is kind of like a cushion cream blush. And then on top you have the stamp part, which has a heart on it. I mean, this is so gimmicky. I didn't even use this. I kind of tried it just to like see if it would work. And like, whatever, it's fine. But that's not how I plan on using this. I basically got it because I really like the color of this. And so I basically just dipped my brush into it and applied it that way. And it's a lot easier. So I really like that thing so far. But I think on top of this, I'm going to use my Natasha Denona Mini Bloom highlighting blush. This is what it looks like. I'm sure you've all seen this. I'm gonna use that basically because I feel like it matches my hair very nicely now, because it's like a bit of a neon-y corally blush, and I also feel like it's gonna look very nice with this look as well because I have some warm tones in my crease. And this is such a nice glowy shimmery blush. I'm so here for it. I think that looks really, really nice. And for highlighter, just because I haven't used this yet, I'm gonna pull out my Smoky Glow and Midas Cosmetics highlighting palette, or palette duo. I'm gonna use this gold side. I haven't tried this one yet. I've tried the pink one and I really, really like that. I think that is a beautiful formula. So let's see how this one is going to look. I feel like having a bit of a warm tone champagne-y blush is gonna look good with this look. Maybe this is a little bit too subtle for this look. I feel like this is more of a kind of Emery-y ABH highlighter kind of glow, which is not really what my look is screaming, but it is a beautiful formula, and I feel like this is more of like a everyday highlighter, if you want to call it that, but I think the color is very, very nice. It definitely has that wet look effect, which I really, really like in my highlighters. I'm gonna go back over just with a little bit of blush here, and then I'm gonna pick out a lipstick. I'm almost thinking I want to do some kind of a red lipstick, but maybe that would be a bit much with this look. So let me see what I have that's going to go with this. Okay, so I have this one. Let's try this. This one is Fire and Ice by Revlon. It's one of their lustrous mattes. They did send me a whole range of these and I've been really enjoying them. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this on and kind of see how it looks. I feel like it matches my hair pretty perfectly, and whenever something matches my hair, like, I feel like it's always gonna go with the look. So I think I'm kind of here for this lipstick. I love the color of this. I really love how it matches my hair, and I really think that this look came together. I can't wait to see what Linda and Jen has done with their looks, because I feel like none of our looks are going to end up being like exactly the same. So if you want to see what they have done, of course, go ahead and check out their videos. Like I said, they will be linked down below in my description box. And let me know if you like this look or not. Actually, don't let me know if you don't like it, because I don't want to know. But if you do like it, do let me know, and it'll make me feel great. So thank you for watching this face-off. As always, if you want to see some more face-offs, do let me know. And I also have a palette bingo playlist if you want to go check that out. And also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.